Hey guys, how's it going? I am WWE Hall of Famer Lita, welcoming you to General Admission Wrestling.
Oh, bask in his glory.
For he is limitless.
This is a different Keith Lee than what we've seen over the last number of months. Folks, welcome to Friday Night Storm. Round 2 action in the GAW Classic concludes here. We've got a big announcement coming up in this show, and of course, the little matter of Battlefield coming up on January 17th. We are just, I gotta do my math here, 4 days away from GAW Battlefield. Storm versus Stormbreaker for the first time ever. This is a compelling match here in Group A in the GAW Classic. We saw just this past Wednesday on Dark, Drew McIntyre took out Shelton Benjamin in about a minute and a half. McIntyre now 1-1. Keith Lee and Cody Rhodes both 1-0. So the winner here will get a huge advantage going into round 3. And of course, select round 3 matches will go down at Warpath. That is coming on January 19th. Folks, there's so many moments that you need to witness, that you will need to remember going forward from GAW. Check out social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Links are all down in the description. So many incredible moments that we have created, and there's soon to be many, many more. Battlefield starts January 17th, Warpath January 19th, Battlefield Night 2 on January 21st. The winner of the 7-match series between Storm and Stormbreaker will have one of their promotion's matches, Main Event Nitro 11. That's coming in early March. We'll have an announcement on the exact date coming up after Battlefield. And then, of course, the winning promotion will get to compete for the Challenger briefcase in Season 3. So much on the line. And folks, here's another big announcement for you. Brock Lesnar will defend the World Championship in the main event. We saw Brock most recently on Stormbreaker running through Kurt Andrews, Frankie Omega, and then Lancelot. Keith Lee with a diving shoulder tackle off the top. So now Brock Lesnar will be in action. That World Championship will be on the line in the main event. That is becoming a regular occurrence here on Friday Night Storm. Brock Lesnar is a prize fighter. He puts that title on the line every time he steps in the ring, and he is fast approaching the World Championship defense record. He's defended it successfully 8 times. Tonight would be 9. That would tie the second most all-time. AJ Styles currently holds that record. Booker T holds the record overall. Keith Lee in the ring with a spirit bomb. And Keith Lee, so much to talk about. Keith Lee has so little to say. He's just got to win. Keith Lee has returned. The fans are going nuts. And Keith Lee is 2-0. Made short work of Cody Rhodes in this one, and this honestly was the second best result that Drew McIntyre could have hoped for. McIntyre obviously hoping for a draw in this, but McIntyre still has to fight Keith Lee in round 3, so that means McIntyre still has a shot at winning the GAW Classic Group A. Coming up next, we will see Group B's final second round match. Jay White takes on Matt Riddle. White trying to go 2-0 to match Jeff Hardy. But first, we go backstage to Will Ospreay, who has a match at Battlefield.
I've tried my best to stay out of this war. Season 1 was one of the greatest years of my career. Season 2 has been almost the opposite. But Derek Cole dragged me in and has not let me leave. So Derek, I won't back down. Your type is so easy to predict. A coddled, pampered professional athlete who never had to do a real day's work in your life. You've never had to perform in front of 12 people in a gym. You've never had to risk your neck with terrible equipment and dangerous conditions on the hope that someone will finally see you and give you an opportunity. I didn't want this war and I didn't want to fight Derek Cole until he and the Academy questioned our commitment. I wasn't even watching that match on Monday. Yamamoto, Caitlin Dunlap, it makes no difference to me. They're desperate to play with the big girls down there while the big girls have more issues to deal with. Ronda Rousey is my friend, and I want to tell her again, you need people to watch your back. These bitches in the Academy are crazy. Who knows what they'll do to you? Ronda, who do you expect to help you when Ballesca has the whole Academy try to screw you over in the main event next Monday? Trust me, Ronda, you will make the right choice. And then, next Friday, Yamamoto, you've got 3 options. Tap, nap, or snap. Ospreay and Shayna Baszler getting tuned up for Battlefield. They will both have matches as part of the 7-match series. We've got Ospreay versus Derek Cole, Shayna Baszler versus Yamamoto. We know that Ronda Rousey and Ballesca Pierce will have their match. We will see Midnight versus Bandito, the Skymen versus the Wing Collectors, and of course the 8-man tag team match. Team Storm versus Team Stormbreaker. Those are 6. I'm sure you can guess what the 7th might be. Matt Riddle, he needs a win in the worst way here against Jay White. Well, the fans have come out to support Keith Lee. They are doing it loudly, they are proud, and Keith Lee is one of the most popular men in GAW right now. I say all that because Jay White is pretty much the opposite, and I don't think he cares very much. All Jay White wants to do is hurt his opponents and presumably win matches, although on that point I'm not even entirely sure. Jay White will be part of Team Storm, representing Friday Night Storm at Battlefield. And we will have a full schedule of events for you as they stand coming up after tonight's show. So make sure you take a look at that for the most up-to-date information. And Jay White will be part of Team Storm in that 8-man tag match. His longtime friend Drew McIntyre will also be part of Team Storm in that match, joining Shane Thorne and Bobby Lashley to take on Team Stormbreaker, Lee Carr, Max Ultimate, Eddie Hernandez, and Yun-Son Park. But right now, Jay White, I believe, is singularly focused on the GAW Classic, where a win here would match Jeff Hardy's 2-0 record. It would mean that the winner of their round 3 match would go on to win Group B and fight for the GAW Classic Championship. So Jay White, he needs a win here. Well, he could do without one, but a loss here for White would mean that he needs help in the form of a Jeff Hardy loss. In round 3, Hardy will battle Jay White. Matt Riddle still has to take on Jeff Hardy. I'm sorry, Matt Riddle still has to take on Pac. Correction there. Jay White. He's got Matt Riddle up on the ropes, and White gets Riddle neck first on that middle rope. Of course, in the event of a tie in the GAW Classic, we will just have a match between the 2 tied wrestlers. We saw it happen last year. Aleister Black and Drew McIntyre. That was the final match in the group stage of the GAW Classic. The 2 were 2-0 going in. They drew, and so they rematched immediately in what was one of the most legendary meetings in the history of the GAW Classic. So will we see that again in this year's Classic? Keith Lee, he's in control of his own destiny now. If he wins,
He will go 3-0 in advance out of Group A. Jeff Hardy is the same, sitting at 2-0 right now. Jeff Hardy and Jay White both in control of their own destiny. Matt Riddle will need some help if he is to win here today. Folks, if you're looking for some new gaming content, check out our newest YouTube channel, CFC. All kinds of cool stuff going on over there. It has been a very busy year, so regular content there will resume soon, and it needs to because gaming is just heating up here in 2022. Jay White lit up Matt Hardy, now a hip attack. Hardy able to kick out. Coming up next, Brock Lesnar defends the World Championship. We don't know against whom, but we know that Brock Lesnar will be at the top of his game. He always is. But does that mean that we'll have a new world champion going into Battlefield? No one's been able to defeat the Beast as of yet, but we'll find out. Matt Hardy, or Matt Riddle rather, with a tombstone pile driver, and Riddle, I think I know who might do something like that. Jay White forces his way out. No one does the tombstone quite like the dead man. Matt Riddle finding that out the hard way. Riddle charging in, and Jay White going for a belly-to-belly. Riddle, point of the elbow, right to the forehead. White coming in, but Riddle caught him with a spine buster. Not the prettiest one, it must be said, but you go spine first. That's always, Matt Riddle takes Jay White down, now a small package. Jay White won't be able to reach the ropes, but White forces his way out. That is a very difficult hold to get out of. White blocks that chop, right hand shot, Riddle. Nice takedown as he caught White coming in. Right hands, Riddle, what a combination. Discus slap, right to the face. Riddle, senton bomb. Riddle really turning up the pace here on Jay White, and now Matt Riddle gets him up onto the shoulders. Riddle, we've seen him use this before, go to sleep. Riddle falls into the cover, hooks the leg. White, he needs this. White, White kicks out. Matt Riddle can't believe it. Jay White survives the go to sleep, and Riddle going back to work. Deadlift German. Jay White has survived. We saw White take down Pac with the use of the Blade Runner. And now White removes the turnbuckle pad, but will he need it? White into a hammerlock. Riddle, that's a smart shot. And now that turnbuckle exposed. Matt Riddle, arm trap, leg trap, exploder with the bridge. Riddle, he's got him though. White kicks out, but again, that turnbuckle pad there. Now Matt Riddle going for this maybe again. Tombstone, no, Jay White turns it around. Tombstone from Jay White. And now this is more what I'd expect from Jay White. Look at this, into the cover. Referee slow to get down and make the count, and Riddle kicks out as a result. I don't know what happened there. Referee was slow. Jay White again charges in. Again, he's got the arm. Back hammerlock. What's he thinking here? Matt Riddle not gonna wait to find out. Riddle, what a shot. He got Jay White right on top of that left kneecap. Brought him down to size. Now Matt Riddle taking Jay White near over to that turnbuckle. White, he did this himself, and now Matt Riddle off the ropes. What a kick. But Jay White, I think he got his left arm up. It avoided the worst of that shot from Riddle, and now Matt Riddle, now he's got the arm. White rolls through, drop toe hold. You can tell how much both these men know that they need a win here. If Matt Riddle loses, he is out. He's eliminated. What a drop kick, really launched into that. Riddle makes the cover. White, is he gonna be able to reach the ropes? He just kicks out. Matt Riddle knows he needs a win here, or he will be eliminated. Jay White, if he is to lose, then we might end up with a three-way tie in Group B. That's never happened before in the GAW Classic. So we'll see what happens here. Matt Riddle took a sharp angle for that senton, but it does connect. Maybe not with the force, that he was expecting it to. Riddle continues the attack. A draw here would be very interesting for both men, as that means that in the event of a Jay White win over Jeff Hardy, then that would leave White at 2-0-1. It would be a better record than Jeff Hardy's 2-1 at that point. So we would still see a very interesting scenario. We would still see a potential elimination match between White and Hardy coming in round 3. Riddle into the cover. This is about his dozenth of the match. None of them have been able to get the job done. Let's see here. Matt Riddle backs up. Riddle drops the knee. And you see he's wearing those plastic pads over his kneecaps. That's why he's been going in with that kind of offense so often. Riddle, boot to the gut. Now Matt Riddle. He's got Jay White. Riddle gets him up. Powerbomb position. Riddle going towards that turnbuckle, but the referee turns his back. The referee's replacing the pad, and Matt Riddle had nowhere to go with White. Back gave out. Blade Runner. Jay White had helped him in the end, removing that turnbuckle pad, and Jay White walks out of here with the win. 4D chest from the Switchblade, Jay White. Unbelievable. He removes the turnbuckle pad and then never goes back to it, never goes back to the well with it, and you wonder, what is going on? What is he thinking? Apparently, he could see the future, the clairvoyant Switchblade. And he needed that. The buckle bomb on that exposed turnbuckle might have been curtains for Jay White in this match. And White, he knows what he did. White advances to 2-0. It will be Jay White versus Jeff Hardy in the final group match of Group B. Both men are 2-0. Keith Lee is also 2-0 over in Group A. We are setting up for a very exciting end of the GAW Classic group stage. And remember, select round 3 group stage matches will go down at Warpath January 19th. That is this coming Wednesday. Folks, Ballesca Pierce and Ronda Rousey, the top female champions of their respective promotions, will face off as part of the 7-match series at Battlefield. Let's hear from both women.
This war doesn't bother me. I appreciate everyone trying to make it to the top level. That's how we all got here. But as far as my match with Ballesca goes, I'm not sure there's anything she can do to beat me if I'm at my best. Again, no issue with her trying to prove her level. We all did it. But I don't believe that I have much to worry about. That is really tough there, Ronda. Nothing to worry about. Ronda, you stupid bitch. Excuse my language, but I'm the only person outside of literally the rest of the women's division in the academy that can whip your ass from pillar to post and still shake your hand with a smile after doing it. I'll make this short and really sweet, baby. You can't hang, and you never could hang, and when we face off, I'm going to tap you out, just to be the first woman in wrestling to hold that over you. We're done here.
Ronda Rousey versus Ballesca Pierce will go down as part of Battlefield, and again at the end of the show, folks, we will have a full schedule of events as we know them, but here's what I can tell you. Warpath, a special presentation of Dark, goes down January 19th. That is this coming Wednesday. We will see select matches from the GAW Classic. We will see the semifinals of the Raw tournament, as well as 3 Storm versus Stormbreaker matches not part of the 7-match series. We will see Lee Carr take on Bobby Lashley. We heard Paul Heyman allude to this. Lashley will get the job done against Lee Carr and then represent Team Storm in the 8-man tag match. Queen Alexia battles Charlotte Flair. We saw the two brawl a couple weeks ago on Stormbreaker, so they will get their hands on each other at that event. And then the main event of Warpath, Chris Danger versus Kofi Kingston. Danger has been playing mind games and physical games for weeks with the former Intercontinental Champion. Now let's hear from both men, the main eventers of Warpath.
All right, let's see if I can talk about this without saying any names. There was a time when I respected the man I'm fighting at Warp. Well, maybe not. There was a time when I, let's say, tolerated him. And that's all anyone has ever done with that pancake throwing dork. Oh, you won a world championship and people cheered? That's cool. They would have cheered for a glass of expired milk because the sheep in that company do what they're told. But the glass would have more personality than you anyway. That's a first for me. I've fought championships, legends, brawlers, high flyers, MMA fighters. I've never fought an arrogant child like Chris Danger before. But my approach is the same. I don't worry about the person I'm stepping in the ring with, only the fighter. And Chris Danger is not a fighter. He's a pompous asshole who handpicks his opponents, and he messed up this time. He handpicked a guy who takes more pride in where I came from than he ever has in any place he's been. You've made a mistake, Chris. Look at where I've been. I've never thrown a pancake in my life. I've never even looked at a pancake. I mean, look at me. But I have amassed literally hundreds of millions of fans in a life that would go in the World Hall of Fame if we had one, which we should, and maybe that's a Chris Danger project. I know exactly what I'm doing. I always have. It's time I get the respect I've always deserved. It'll be Zack Sabre Jr. here against the world champion Brock Lesnar. Well, this is going to be a much, much different opponent for the Beast. You're talking about a man, he has not had a lot of experience with wrestlers like ZSJ. His last few matches coming against the incredible high flyer Will Ospreay, the legendary all-rounder Kazuchika Okada, the devious Jay White, the giant Damian Martinez, the incredible striker Aleister Black. No submission specialists so far in Brock Lesnar's World Championship repertoire, at least not yet. Brock Lesnar doesn't elicit a reaction from fans. That he does. Is it all positive? Well, you be the judge of that for yourself. I will tell you this, folks. Brock Lesnar, he holds so much power that his legendary entrance theme came with him to GAW along with Paul Heyman and then World Championship Gold. And if you, like me, love this entrance theme or any of the music that you hear in GAW, check out our Spotify playlist. Link is in the description or on the website, generaladmissionwrestling.com. All the music from across GAW all in one place, including the Battlefield theme. And I've been listening to that basically non-stop for the last 10 days. Brock Lesnar looking for his 9th defense of the World Championship. It would be tied for the second most all-time as Lesnar approaches the 14 defense mark, the record set by the legendary Booker T. Lesnar approaching that record fast, but Zack Sabre Jr. is an opponent unlike any we've ever seen Brock Lesnar deal with. Let's see how Lesnar approaches this match in the main event. Last show before Battlefield. No time limit here in this World Championship bout, and Lesnar with a shoulder tackle. The fans chanting for Suplex City, the signs, the shirts, everything for Suplex City. Speaking of t-shirts, by the way, because we have reached the 100 subscriber mark, thanks to all of you, the first ever GAW t-shirts are coming, so make sure you join the Discord. Link is down in the description. Not only will you get the first ever GAW merchandise, you will, oh my God, you will also get access to exclusive breaking news, exclusive polls. Come hang out with us if we're ever playing some video games and you want to join. If any of you are here from our impromptu advertising on Among Us, welcome, and I'm sorry.
That's what you get over on the Discord. Lesnar with a gut-wrench suplex off the deadlift. The strength of Brock Lesnar, the Beast, never ceases to amaze. ZSJ kicks out and he eats a right-hand shot from Lesnar. ZSJ fights back. Beautiful float over. DDT. The submission master. This is a first for Brock Lesnar. The closest that he's come to facing someone with this, who fights in this style, would be when he took on Cody Rhodes. That was on Storm back in October. But even Cody Rhodes does not have the level of submission mastery that Zack Sabre Jr. does. Now Sabre pulling back on the left arm of Lesnar. Sabre getting things started. Right hand shot caught Lesnar right in the throat. Irish whip off. Here comes Brock Lesnar. Sabre ducks underneath. It was smart, and Lesnar, that's a go behind on the drop step German suplex, and Zack Sabre Jr. flips out of it. Beautifully done. Sabre, boot to the gut. Sabre, oh, sheer drop, brain buster from Zack Sabre Jr. And for a man like this, you wouldn't expect him to be able to lift Lesnar like that. Now ZSJ, cattle mutilation is in. ZSJ, talk about submission mastery. Here it is. He has Brock Lesnar folded, but Lesnar, oh man, a knee to the back of the head from Brock, and ZSJ just continuing the attack. Irish whip into the corner. Brock gets out of the way as ZSJ was looking to attack the midsection of the world champion. Brock Lesnar, of course, a couple years ago, dealt with a potentially life-threatening bout of diverticulitis. Nearly lost his career, nearly lost his life because of that. And now Lesnar up top. Here he goes. We've seen him do this every so often. He looks as healthy as he ever has. Lesnar from the top, diving shoulder tackle. ZSJ with a power slam. Oh my goodness. And Paul Heyman wants nothing to do with that cover. Zack Sabre Jr., are you kidding me? Into the corner, and that time the diving kick into the midsection does connect. That surgically repaired stomach and abdomen of Lesnar, and now ZSJ into the ground and hammerlock again, working on that left arm. Maybe thinking cattle mutilation again. ZSJ trying to stop Brock Lesnar in his tracks. Lesnar has had so much momentum as world champion. Lesnar is undefeated. ZSJ, he doesn't care again. Going after the left arm. Lesnar searching for his 10th win in general admission wrestling and his 9th title defense. His 10th singles win, I should say. Of course, Lesnar also won the Challenger Briefcase ladder match. ZSJ takes him down, and now Zack Sabre Jr. making the journey up top. We saw what Sabre did to Brock Lesnar from this position. Now Zack Sabre going for a seated senton, and oh my good God almighty! Brock Lesnar with a powerbomb against the rope, and now Brock Lesnar, another powerbomb. Lesnar hangs on. That's two. Brock Lesnar, triple powerbomb from the world champion. After a powerbomb right to the top rope, Lesnar makes the cover, and Brock Lesnar, in vicious fashion, defends the world championship. My God. I have never seen, Zack Sabre Jr., call him an ambulance, you might want to call him morgue. I don't know if ZSJ is getting up from that. Here's another look at that power slam from ZSJ. My God, what a match. Ladies and gentlemen of Friday Night Storm, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed United States Tag Team and Heavyweight Champions of the world, the White Company. I appreciate the respect that you have given us over the last few weeks, but unfortunately, my magnanimity and graciousness has gone completely unnoticed by a certain group of people. These people have besmirched the ground the legends before them have walked. desecrated the sacred monuments and names of the men and women who built this sport, only for them to come along and believe they are reinventing the wheel by making up a word for the amateur circuit they fought on. I was not going to get involved in all of this nonsense, as it is not worth the time of the most famous wrestling promoter, creator, and innovator of our age. And the same goes for Brock Lesnar. But when Brock Lesnar was nearly assaulted last Monday, of course he had to defend himself. And that brings us here in the aftermath of a Brock Lesnar domination that you have all certainly become accustomed to by now, and no one from that academy to come defend their supposed honor to the small extent they have it. And why do we call it the GAW Academy? Because it is in its very name. They are not worthy of what we do on Friday Night Storm, and they know it. Look what we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Bitches of all ages, genders, and religions. It's Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Look at you, retaining the championship. But don't worry, guys. I'm not out here to fight anyone. See, both myself and Brock have no opponent at Battlefield. We only have 6 matches announced for Battlefield, and I was thinking, since your big ass came to my house and beat down my occupants and my brother, I want you to fight me at Battlefield in the main event so I can show you how a real champion is supposed to look. You are so predictable, Lancelot. Much like the GAW Academy, your name says it all. You live in a fantasy world. You claim to have won 125 championships, but has any single one of those held the prominence, prestige, or historical significance of a single one of the titles won and defended by the Beast, Brock Lesnar? Of course not. But far be it from me to assuage you of the fantasy you seem to be living in. We can allow power bombs, Germans, and F5s to do that. Oh, look at you, Paul, talking for the Beast again. Why don't you sit your gizzard neck having ass down while the humans talk, you bloviating walrus? Brock, buddy, I don't want your title. I don't need your title. Brocky boy, I watch the product. I know that you don't get out of bed if it ain't for a championship. So how about mine? How about I up the stakes and put the Academy Championship, the most coveted and prestigious championship in the world, on the line in the main event? See, Brock, you and I actually do have something in common. We're fighters. I know you can't resist the chance to win the one championship that has always and will always elude you. I wouldn't be able to either. That's why I have this title now. So how about it, Brock? GAW World Heavyweight Champion Brock Lesnar versus Academy Champion Lancelot for the GAW Academy Championship in the main event at Battlefield. Folks, I'm getting word it's just been made official. Lancelot versus Brock Lesnar. The Academy Championship will be on the line. That is the main event at Battlefield. Absolutely unbelievable. And folks, you know what I'm going to tell you. You got to subscribe. Battlefield begins Monday, January 17th. Warpath, January 19th. And then Night 2, Battlefield, January 21st. Brock Lesnar versus Lancelot. Here's your schedule. Folks, we'll see you there. We appreciate you.
Okay, my timing is critical. They know my rhyming is pivotal. Homie, the dash is digital, gas residual. Fire and smoke like I'm leading a ritual. You bet my cash is on. I hit the gas, I'm gone. Riding my wave. I've been stuck in my zone. I bet I blast them all. Sliding on faith. I've been out finding my ways. Grinding for days. I've been out shining the hate. All of y'all wanted for praise.